Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about coins and comparing their totals when we put them all together. We're also going to review some coins. The first things first, you know I love my videos. So let's watch a quick video before we start counting and comparing coins.
One penny is worth 1 cent. 1 nickel's worth 5 of them. 1 dime has a value of 10. 1 quarter's worth 25 cents. 5 pennies make a nickel, and cents is worth 5. 5 nickels make 10 cents. That makes it worth a dime. A quarter's 25 pennies, but let's make it shorter. 2 dimes and a nickel also equal a quarter. I bought 1 delicious dill pickle for 2 dimes, a quarter, and a nickel. To find out how much I spent, I counted them up cent by cent. I started with a quarter, it was worth 25 cents. Each dime was worth 10, so I added both of them. Got 35, 45. And then there was a nickel. I added 5 and paid 50 cents for the pickle. 1 penny is worth 1 cent. 1 nickel's worth 5 of them. 1 dime has a value of 10. 1 quarter's worth 25 cents. I bought an ice cream in the summertime with 4 pennies, 3 quarters, and a dime. The ice cream lady looked in silence, and then she counted up my cents. She counted 3 quarters, 25, 50, 75. Then she added the dime. The 10 cents made 85, and the 4 pennies left made it 89. So it was 89 cents for the ice cream. I ate until my shirt popped at the seam. 1 penny is worth 1 cent. 1 nickel's worth 5 of them. 1 dime has a value of 10. 1 quarter's worth 25 cents. On the penny of the 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. He wrote the Gettysburg Address and the Emancipation Proclamation. The third president, Thomas Jefferson, he's on a nickel or 5 cents. He was the main author of the Declaration of Independence. The dime has Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President 32. He instituted the New Deal and led America through World War II. Finally, on the quarter of the first president, George Washington. He was the commander-in-chief during the American Revolution. 1 penny is worth 1 cent. 1 nickel's worth 5 of them. 1 dime has a value of 10. 1 quarter's worth 25 cents. 5 pennies make a nickel, and cents is worth 5. 2 nickels make 10 cents. That makes it worth a dime. A quarter's 25 pennies, but let's make it shorter. 2 dimes and a nickel also equal a quarter.
Okay, so if you noticed in the video, they were showing you different comparisons of coins. For instance, 1 nickel is worth 5 cents. But I could have a nickel or 5 pennies because 5 pennies also equal 5 cents. So it doesn't matter whether I have 1 nickel or 5 pennies, they're both equaling 5 cents, right? So I could compare 1 nickel to 5 pennies and they would be equal, right? Or what happens if I take 1 nickel in one hand? That equals 5 cents. But what happens if I have 7 pennies in the other hand? So one hand it would have 1 nickel as 5 cents. The other hand would have 7 pennies would equal 7 cents. One hand would be greater than the other. So today we're going to work on comparing coin totals and looking whether one hand might be greater or less than the other, or they might be equal to. It doesn't matter what specific coins you have. It would just be comparing them to their total. Okay, so let's review on my poster on slide 3. Just to review, because sometimes you might see what is called the head of the coin, or what we call it the tail of the coin. So let's start over here on the penny. We see the head of the penny, we see the head or the back side. So sometimes we see it labeled 1 cent like this with the cent sign or symbol. Sometimes we see the word cent, and sometimes, we see it used with the dollar sign. Then we have the decimal point, and if we see it used with the dollar sign, they always put a 0 in the tens placeholder with the 1 in the ones placeholder. So why is the 0 here? Well, there's no tens, because if the 1 was here and a 0 was here, that means it would be 10 cents. And we know the penny is not worth 10 cents. We know the dime is. So let's compare that word we're using today. Do you see me lassoing or circling here? Let's compare when they use the dollar sign. We have a 0, 1 here to show 1 cent. Look at the difference between 10 cents. Do you see how the 0 and the 1 are flipped? That's how you show 1 cent. This is how you show 10 cents. Do you notice the difference between the tens place and the ones place? You have to be very careful when you write 1 cent versus 10. Same between the half dollar here. Do you notice the half dollar 50 cents? Because we now know that we've done fractions. 50 cents. Look at the nickel. Then we know the nickel is worth 5 cents. Look, you have to be very careful. There's no tens in 5 cents, and there's 5 in the ones because it's pennies, right? Ones in the pennies, 1 cent. There's 5 pennies to make a nickel. But look, you have to be very careful you don't switch those around. Otherwise, you'll make 50 cents when it's not. It's only 5. Then you have 25 cents for the quarter. And then there are dollar pieces. And in social studies back in the fall, we talked about a woman named Sacagawea, and she is here on the dollar piece, which we don't see very often, but here she is. And wow, 100 cents. 100 cents on the penny there makes $1. That's a lot of pennies to carry in your pocket that you could trade in for the $1 piece. Okay? If you need to during this or while you're working, you can refer back to this money poster. So let's try an example here on this task card. It's asking which amount shows a big word here, greater value. And you don't want to assume every time it's going to say greater value. They might say lesser value or equal value. So we need to use the greater than, less than, or equal to symbol to make the expression. Another big word there, true. Expression, another math vocab word there for number sentence. And I have them all over here for us. So remember when I said sometimes they're going to use the face of our coin or the tail or the back of the coin. So let's review here. What coin is this? We should have a quarter, a dime, and a penny. And then we have a nickel, a nickel, a nickel, and a dime. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to grab a text box. I'll make it outlined for us. Let's get fancy. Let's go wild and do some orange over there. Let's do another. They didn't give us very much space underneath there, did they? Okay, so let's count. A quarter's worth 25. A dime is worth 10. So 25 plus 10. 25, 35, and 35 plus 1 should give us 36. So we should have 36 cents on this side. And over here, I hope we should be able to skip count by fives pretty easily. We should have 5, 10, 15. So we should have 15 cents plus 10. 15 and 10 gives us 25 cents. Now, if you noticed, I started counting by my fives here. One big thing that makes it a lot easier is by counting with the larger coins. Now, not in size, but in value. So I should have started counting with my dime first. However, something for me, I was able to start counting by those nickels first rather than the dime, only because counting by fives and adding a 10 is pretty easy, because counting on fives and tens, it's pretty easy to add on because fives and tens add easy together, okay? Something that we will continue to work on. So let's go ahead and compare our two values here, just like we would do if they were already numbers. So because they were chunks of coins, basically what we did is we converted them into numbers. Look what we did. We counted and we converted it into a number, which is 36. We counted, converted into 25. So 36 cents, how do we compare that to 25? 36 is equal to 25. They're not the same number, so I can already rule out that they're equal to. 36 is less than 25. 36 is greater than 25. I hope you're saying that 36 is greater than. My alligator mouth here is going to eat the larger number because it is hungry. Good job. So before we move on to our final 3 examples, I have one more very short video that's going to break it down just a little bit more for us to give you a little bit more of an idea.
Today we're going to talk about comparing money. When we compare money, we usually have 2 sets, 2 different amounts. You can pretend it's you and your friend, and you want to know who has more money. And we are going to compare them using the greater than, less than, or equal to symbols. First, what we need to do is actually count the money. I'm going to count the money twice. I'm going to use the counting on method, and then I'm going to add it to check it. So let's count this side first. Remember, you start by counting your bigger coins, not like size, but amounts. So 25, 50, 75, 85, 95, $1.05, $1.10, $1.15, $1.16, 17, 18. So on this side, I have $1.18. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do the addition method in case you're not good at counting on. So count your quarters. 25, 50, 75, 75 cents. Dimes, 10, 20, 30, 30 cents. Nickels, 5, 10, 10 cents. 1, 2, 3, 0, 3 cents. Add that all up. 5 plus 3 gives me 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Carry my 1. That gives me $1.18. Okay, so I did it right. Now notice it did not take me long to do this. So if you're not good at doing the counting on, go ahead and write it down. All right, let's count this next money amount and see who has more. 25, 50, 75, $1, $1.10, $1.20, $1.25, $1.26, $1.27. Okay, so down here I have $1.27. I'm going to go ahead and add it up to make sure I did it right. 25, 50, 75, $1. Write that down. 10, 20, decimal 20. Nickels, just 5 cents, 0, 5. And my pennies, 2 cents, 0, 2. Add that up. 5 plus 2 gives me 7. 2 plus 0 gives me 2. And I bring my dollar down, $1.27. I can see that this side has more money. So when I compare them, I'm going to use $1 18 cents is less than $1.27. That's how you compare money.
So if you noticed, she compared her money and checked her work. So I don't have the last three examples. I don't have you adding there, but that gives you a second way to try to compare your money if you're struggling adding in your head. And I would suggest you grabbing a piece of scratch paper if you want to try to do it that way. One thing I want to remind you of is using this poster if you need to remember to put a placeholder of 0 if you need to in that 10 spot of 0 for the penny and the nickel, just so you don't make 1 cent 10 cents or make your nickel, 50 cents instead of 5 cents. Did you hear in the video saying 0.1 or 0.5 just to be careful, okay? Remember, these videos are always in here that you can replay and pause if you need to. It's a very good strategy to use to help yourself. So let's go ahead and try our last three examples together. So I'm going to go ahead here and give us our text boxes. Let's use some lime green this time. What do we think? Spice up our lives a little bit. Okay, so on this side here, easy peasy, right? We have 3 of the same coin, even though I see 2 faces and a tail back there, right? So I see a dime. How much is a dime worth? 10 cents, right? Let's skip count. Ready? 10, 20, 30. So my dime here is 30 cents. And over on this side, they're almost the same size, but I know that I'm not trying to count just because it's a bigger coin, but I need to count starting with the coin with the bigger or larger value, how much it's worth. And this coin here is my quarter. It is worth how much? 25 cents. So 25 plus my nickel. Remember, my nickel, it's not worth 50 cents. It's worth 5. So 25 plus 5 gives me 30 cents. Oh, look what I see here. I see a 30 and a 30. So if I compared the two, are they equal? Is 30 cents less than 30 cents or is 30 cents greater than 30 cents? I hope you said, hey, Miss Eric, I see the same number. They are equal. Nice. Good job. Okay. How about this one? You start checking out those numbers while I'm making our text boxes, okay? Try to start counting for me. I'll go with purple now. Okay, what do we see here? I see 2 nickels, I see a dime, and I see 3 pennies. Remember, we're not starting with the largest coin in size. We're starting with the largest coin in value. I see a dime, which happens to be the smallest coin in size, but the largest in value. So he's worth 10 cents. The next largest coin in value is the nickel, and then the penny. So we have 10 cents. And then 1 nickel is worth 5. So 10 plus 5 is 15. And then I have another 5. So 10 and 5 is 15. 15 and 5 is 20. So we have 20 cents with our silver coins. And then 20, and then we have 3 1 cent. So 21, 22, 23. So down here I can label 23 cents. We got to pop on over to the other side, and I see all silver coins. And guess what? They are all the same coin. They're all nickels. Nickels are worth 5 cents. So can we just walk right down through our group and skip count by fives? Are you ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So down here we have 25 cents. I'm sorry, it's blending in here. I'm going to scoot it over so you can see. There we go. So let's compare our two groups. 23 cents is equal to 25 cents. 23 cents is less than 25 cents. 23 cents is greater than 25 cents. So I see in our tens that we have 20s, right? That's the same. So I need to compare the ones place. I see a 3 and a 5. I know that 3 is less than 5, right? So 23 must be less than 25. Do you agree? So I need the larger, I need the 23 to be, why does that guy want to go over there? Say, Miss Yerk, that's wrong. There we go. For some reason, he wanted to go. There we go. I need the alligator mouth to eat the larger number, right? I need the point end to head towards the smaller number. Okay, our very last example. You start counting for me while I draw our text boxes, just like we did last time. Okay, what did you start to see? I have all silver coins on the left-hand side, and I know I need to start counting with the largest coin in value. Which one's that? Is that the nickel, the dime, or the quarter? I hope you said the quarter. So the quarter is worth 25 cents. So 25 cents. The next largest coin in value is that dime, right? So 25 plus 10 cents, 25, 35, plus another 5, 25, 35 gives us 40 cents on that side. Wow, that's a lot, huh? I think that may be the largest one we've had so far. And on this side, I see 2 silver coins, and then I see our penny, okay? So what is the largest coin in value on this side? It's that dime, right? He's the tricky one because he's tiny. So we have 10 cents. Then I only know my penny's the smallest in value, right? So next we have our nickel. So 10 plus 5 gives me 15, plus my 1 cent gives me 16 cents. Oh, he's much smaller, isn't he? So how can we compare? I already know I can get rid of my equal sign, right? So 40 cents is less than 16 cents, or 40 cents is greater than 16. I agree. It's definitely greater than, right? Much greater than. That alligator mouth is really getting a full dinner tonight on that 40 cents. It's much greater than. Okay, so remember, you can always refer back to slide 5 for our comparing money. That gives you that extra strategy or skill of adding your values together to help you. That will help you if you cannot count in your head, but also it will help you if you want to count in your head and then add so you can help yourself check your work. You can also use slide 3 if you need to refer back to the head and the tail of your coin if you need to continue to practice on which coin is which, but it also gives you 3 different ways to write your coins. And then you can refer back to the very first video because it gives you different ways to make different values of coins.